to the Sean Podcast. It's me, the Big Ush, and then it's the man over here, the Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy, what's on your mind?
Man, this was a good week. You know why it's a good week?
Victory.
Not just victory. I took down the Giants. I came into this week projected to lose based on Yahoo projections by like 50 or 70 or something ridiculous to the point where I'm like, do I even pay attention this week? And my team was underperforming too, which was extremely frustrating. But as much as my team was underperforming, my opponent's team was underperforming so much more than mine. Which means, it's fantasy football. Is there some skill involved? Yes. Is there some luck involved? No, there's a lot of luck involved, not just some. So I eked out a victory against the number one team in the league this week. They said it couldn't be done, but it was.
No one said it couldn't be done. No one said that.
No, they didn't. But I'm 2-1, and I'm happy.
Well, I'm also very happy. I might have gotten beat by said team that you just beat. Guess who the number one team in the league is, at least for 1 week? This guy's. Just so you know. Just so you know. And these lines he keeps giving you, is there some skill? Is it mostly? No. There's a lot of skill. Because it's all about your depth. I keep telling people it's all about your depth. My stud did not play this week. Dalvin Cook did not play. Yet I still came away with a victory. Narrowly. But it does not matter how narrow it is. As long as you get that dub in your corner. Anyways. Moving on to the week. Time to cash some receipts. Oh, and there are receipts to be cashed. With very bad receipts. So, the advice we gave. Starting out. I'll start with who do I trust? I trusted Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray did come through. But then I trusted Tyshawn Williams. He did not come through. Not much at all. I also trusted Cortland Sutton. He didn't come through either. I'm sorry, people. But George Kittle redeemed me a bit. George Kittle did his thing. Sean, how'd your trust work?
Ooh, so my trust quarterback was Daniel Jones going against the Atlanta defense. That was an ugly game. That was ugly. Daniel Jones put up 266. No touchdowns, no interceptions. So standard scoring, that's 10 points. And he picked up 39 rushing yards. So that's another. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing 1 point for every 10 yards, 4 points. So Daniel Jones getting 14 points. I missed the mark on that one. I'm sorry.
Hey, it happens.
It happens. Right. I picked the wrong wide receiver last week. So.
What about your running back, though?
Running back, I think I hit on this one. Austin Eckler. He had 107 total yards and a touchdown, and he caught all 6 of his targets for those of you in PPR leagues. So, that one I was pretty successful with.
And then
wide receiver. Yeah.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think you missed the mark here.
This is a roller coaster. Missed on Daniel Jones, hit on Austin Eckler. Depending on how you look at a miss, I'm counting as a miss. Kenny Galladay, 64 yards.
I'm counting as a miss.
Led the team, 4 receptions. So you're thinking standard league, 6 points, PPR, 10. No, I was expecting more. Touchdown somewhere in there, but there was no offense to be mustered. But I hit on tight ends with George Kittle because the Packers don't like guarding tight ends. And even though he did get to the end zone, he got some receptions late in the game to get him up to 92 yards and 7 catches. So that's good productivity from a tight end.
All right, so I'm up with who you don't trust. And Jameis Winston almost made me a liar. I know he had 2 touchdowns, but he had 128 yards, people. That's not going to do it. I'm sorry. It's just not going to do it. Then Sony Michel. He played well. He played very well. Again, though, 67 yards rushing, 12 yards receiving, 3 receptions. I still don't think. I think this one missed the mark. Also, I mean, maybe it was enough just to help you a bit, but not enough to really move the needle. So I think I got that one.
I think so.
Henry Ruggs, though. What's that?
I agree with you. I think you got that one.
Henry Ruggs, though. I'm going to be honest. I didn't follow Henry Ruggs much. I saw him being targeted. But how much did he really put forth? Just give me one moment. I know I'm not prepared. I need to be. He had 7 catches. No, he had 4 catches for 78 yards. I'm going to give it this one. I'm going to take the L for Henry Ruggs. He probably helped you win if you played him. And then I took the L on Logan Thomas. He had 48 yards and a touchdown. That's good numbers for a tight end. Sean, how about yourself? I won 50-50 there.
All right.
I win.
Now, I need your help with this first one for quarterbacks. I had Baker Mayfield as my do not trust. So, Baker Mayfield, 19 of 31, 246 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 5 times, depending on what scoring you're in.
Right,
the standard, that's excluded. And he also got 31 yards on the grounds.
Yeah, he had. If you don't break 300 yards, you need 2 touchdowns. This is a win.
Yes. Victory. All right. Next, I had Mike Davis as running back. 12 carries for 50 yards, 5 points, 4 receptions for 20 yards. That's
no. You got that one.
Yes. 2 for 2. All right.
Chenault, you got. We'll move past that. Chenault shouldn't even. No. But at the same time, Chenault is cheating. He shouldn't be on anybody's list as starting.
Yeah, depending on how desperate you are.
And then you got to take the L for
Logan Thomas. You know, I was right until Washington's last possession because he got the touchdown.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Mr. Garbage Time here. Can't complain about garbage time when you're always talking about garbage time.
Clearly I can. Yes. Yes. But this is one of those instances where garbage time came back to bite me in the butt because Logan Thomas got his touchdown in garbage time. If he didn't have that, he would have finished the day with a 339 line, and we'd be looking really good right now.
All right, so moving on. I just want to make some comments on, because I was bringing up depth earlier. Good depth is how you win because players are going to get injured. Also, matchups are going to matter. Yes, you do have studs that you don't take out of the lineup, but at the same time, there's also going to be matchups that you need to make. Do you start this guy? Do you start that guy? And a lot of people don't think about their depth. They just go randomized type stuff. They pick their first couple guys, and a lot of people even auto draft the rest. This is how you just sustain mediocrity. Yeah, your team might win a couple games here and there, but it's not going to be one of the best teams in that league. Sean, any thoughts on fantasy in general? Any players you want to bring up? Anything like that?
Well, before I get to players, I want to agree with what you're saying because drafting is so important. Like, yeah, free agency, those waiver pickups, those have importance during the season, but your base, your foundation for your team all starts with the draft. I've never been a fan of auto drafting any part of my drafts, let alone the entire draft. too many variables involved. I'm very specific about players, value, upside. So for my team, I go for that value, I go for that upside, and sometimes that may hurt me because I have a hard time dropping people 2-3 weeks into the season because I still see they have potential, they have upside. How long do I hold them until I cut ties with them? So I want to agree with that part. Drafting, so important. Go through the whole draft when you do a league. But if we're going to start talking about people who showed up this week, let's go to upstate New York and let's say hello to our friend Josh Allen, who came out firing with 358 through the air, 4 touchdowns, touchdown on the ground. That's the Josh Allen that you drafted in round, 4, 5, however early you want to take a quarterback. Let's see, quarterback, we got Matt Stafford continues to show up.
How about that Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert, man, 281 through the air, so it's not as impressive, but he got 4 touchdowns.
All right. That being said, people do not get fooled by Jacoby Brissett. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nope. I would not fall for that one. Let's see.
Also, is the resurgence of AJ Green a mirage, or is it real?
Mirage. It's a mirage. There's a reason. Yeah. Yep, there's a reason they drafted Rondale Moore.
All right, because it's 2 weeks in a row. Put up solid numbers.
I know. I don't think he'll be able to sustain it, though.
I agree with you. What about the resurgence of Justin Jefferson?
Whoa. You can't use the word resurgence. Slow start. That's what it was.
Okay.
Slow start.
Okay, we'll say slow start.
Justin Jefferson was probably one of the top 10 wide receivers off the board, depending on what your draft looked like.
Right.
Yeah, no. Players get slow starts. Players have those slumps.
I'm just asking.
It's not a resurgence. No.
All right. Another receiver, is Mike Williams to be trusted?
If Justin Herbert keeps slinging like he is, yeah. Am I going to expect 2 touchdowns every game? No, he's not Cooper Kupp, okay?
All right. Kendrick Bourne, how we feel?
Not good. You know why?
Another mirage?
Because just like New England running backs, just like New England tight ends, New England wide receivers, it's Bill Belichick. He doesn't care about individual performance. He cares about collective, the team. He's going to do what's best for the team, even if that means Kendrick Bourne has a career day one day and then fades away the next. He's going to do what's best for the team. He is not loyal to any individual. See Tom Brady. So I have a hard time trusting him.
Is Brandon Cooks a guaranteed start every week?
I would. Yes. I think so. Houston has to throw the ball to him. He has a huge target share because he is a very talented wide receiver, and Houston plays from behind a lot.
All right, one more. How are we feeling about Hunter Renfrow?
Oh, man. Las Vegas. Let's see what he put up this week. What did Hunter do? Let's see. Week 3. Hunter Renfrow has 5 receptions for 77 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, Las Vegas offense goes through Darren Waller first. What did we
Yes, it
hear
does.
all this offseason? We heard Ryan Edwards is going to have a career year. Ryan Edwards. I have a hard time trusting any Las Vegas wide receiver on a consistent basis, whether it's Renfro, whether it's Edwards. If your name's not Waller, I'm not going to trust you.
All right, moving on. Zeke Elliott. Is he back to stay?
Tony Pollard is looking good and impressive, and I know some people are calling for Tony Pollard to have a much larger role. And on the other side, people are calling for Tony Pollard to get traded so Zeke can get back to his role.
All right.
I earlier in the season, I would have drafted Zeke at number 10 if he would have fallen to me in the draft. I would have taken him number 10. I'm kind of glad he didn't.
Now, one thing I would let people know, as a Dallas fan, Zeke does normally start slow. It's just what happens, and then all of a sudden he heats up and it's that bell cow. Now that being said, talking about shared backfields, has Kareem Hunt taken over as the lead back in Cleveland, or was it just hot hand that day?
No, you're thinking game plan, running hot hand. Did Cleveland need to run Nick Chubb the entire game? No, the score made the game look a lot closer than it really was. Yeah. No, Nick Chubb's not taking over. If anything, or Kareem Hunt's not taking over. If anything, it's going to help increase trade value to some needy team who might need a running back.
Peyton Barber. Does he scare Josh Jacob owners?
If I was a Josh Jacob owner, I'd be scared. He's in Las Vegas.
Okay.
You have the situations with multiple running backs that just muddy the water, and then they all have no value. So, in the sense that Josh Jacobs will lose value by having another hand, another mouth to feed, yeah, maybe you're a little scared there.
Indeed. Najee Harris. Is he a must start?
He proved to us this week that even though his offensive line is porous and he can't get anything going on the ground, he can still impact the game and he can still get you some fantasy points, because if you had him and you're in a PPR league, I am going to guess that you won. Pulled down 14 receptions for 100 yards. So PPR-wise, that's 24 points right there for you.
All right, so we're going to jump into our final segment. Who do you trust? Who don't you trust? Just wanted to have some fun with some of the stuff I'm seeing here. All right, so I'll start. This week, I might have some craziness going on. So let's have some fun. So, who do you trust? I'm going to start with Joe Burrow versus those Jacksonville Jaguars. Then I'm going to go Sony Michel or Darrell Henderson on the who do you trust side this week. Hopefully it's Sony Michel. I think he's the better runner versus the Cardinals. Jamar Chase, the pair with my Joe Burrow, pulling the U trick. Hopefully it works out for me.
Yeah, my stack last week didn't work at all.
And then Travis Kelce versus the Eagles. With all these, the Jags just traded away a corner. They're abysmal. Bad roster. This is going to be a rough game for them, I think. The Cardinals have been terrible against the run. And then the Eagles, we just saw what Dalton Schultz did to them. What do you think Travis Kelce's going to do?
You put Travis Kelce as your trust. Man, Travis Kelce's in a whole other stratosphere. Other.
Hey now.
You just won a victory for that one.
Hey now. I'm sorry. I saw the low-hanging fruit and I had to take it. I'm thinking 40 burger for him.
Man, that better be. I'd love that. He's on my team.
I'm seeing something like 130 yards and two to three touchdowns.
I'd be okay with that.
He's gonna smoke Philly. Anyways, get to your trust.
All
Knocking
right.
on my pick.
My trust guy is quarterback. I have Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Even missing Dalvin Cook last week didn't phase Captain Kirk, right? Didn't bother him against Seattle.
Who do you play?
He played Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got Cleveland this week.
How good are they against anything?
Kirk Cousins is on a roll. You gotta
Playing who?
ride the hot hands. All you need is some momentum. That's
You
what
do
you
need matchups, though. Matchups matter,
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't.
especially with guys like Kirk Cousins. But go ahead, continue.
Is it a Monday night game? Is it a primetime game? No. And it's in Minnesota. It's a Sunday noon game. Come on. Kirk Cousins. That's like his prime time
Myles
right
Garrett,
there.
Myles
Sunday
Garrett will
noon.
be there.
He will be. That's fine.
Denzel Ward will be there.
The Vikings have a
Davion Clowney
slightly better offensive
will
line
be
than the
there.
Bears do, and more of a game plan. So, all right, moving on to running back. I've got James Robinson going against Cincinnati. So on one side of the ball, you got Sean over there. Got his guys, Joe Burrow. Got Jamar Chase. On the other side of the ball, I got James Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Since he was able to keep Najee Harris from hurting him on the ground. But Najee turned in 19 targets to 14 receptions and 100 yards through the air. So we're going for the dual threat ability, which is something I really love with my running backs. Can run, can catch, and I think James Robinson's going to have a big week. Wide receiver.
Burst your bubble.
Yeah.
I don't think that Jacksonville's going to be that patient.
It might be more through the air. Who knows? We're going to find out Thursday night, though.
All right, but go ahead.
All right.
Your ones are bold just
Wide-
like mine, too. Because this next one, okay, son.
Okay. Well, it's not as obvious as Travis Kelce. Right? I'm not saying
No.
my trust.
no,
I'm
this
not saying
one's-
my trust guy is Devontae Adams. I'm saying my trust guy is Brandon Cooks, who we had just talked about a few minutes ago.
Devontae Adams?
But Houston's going to be trailing. Davis Mills has to throw the ball to somebody. It's going to be Brandon Cooks. He's going against Buffalo. A pretty good defense they got. But I still think
Pretty
Brandon
good,
Cooks
very
is
good.
going to eat. And my tight... Oh, my cat is clawing my hand right now. Hold up. That was cool. All right, my tight end to trust. Kyle Pitts. He's going up against Washington. Kyle Pitts has been out there. When he's out in the field, he is running a lot of routes, which has actually been, I think PFF had recorded this and followed this. He's been running more routes than normal for rookie tight ends. And Arthur Smith is putting him all over the field. It's only a matter of time before he pops off. And Washington currently has an underperforming defense, so if there's any good time for Atlanta to utilize Pitts, it's going to be against Washington.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, my don't trust. This is the one where he's going to be like, what?
What?
So, my first one is quarterback, Kirk Cousins.
One of us is going to be right and one of us is going to be wrong.
Cleveland's pass rush is legit. It's not just Justin Fields and Matt Nagy's fault, but it is big time their fault, but their still pass rush is legit. They won't hold Kirk Cousins to 68 yards, but I can see under 300 yards and maybe just one touchdown, which will be a loss for your category.
Oh, it would. Yeah.
Denzel Ward is a legit corner. He'll do some stuff to Justin Jefferson. We'll guys see if Greg Newsome the second, who was being ranked pretty high, plays or not, because he did get injured. All right, moving on to my running back. It is actually Ezekiel Elliott. The Panthers have a legit run defense. Now, note, maybe I can't say legit. I'm gonna back that up real quick. We'll see what happens with Dallas, because who have the Panthers really played so far? The Jets don't really run the ball well. The Saints should run the ball well, but they haven't been running the ball as well as they should. And the Texans don't run the ball well. So, but I do think Dallas is going to pass more than they run in this, because I don't really trust the Panthers corners right now. And the Panthers do have some legit linebackers, and Derek Brown's a very good defensive tackle. Then we got DJ Moore for my wide receiver not to trust. If you listen to any of our other pods, Trayvon Diggs is a stud. He's already shut down Mike Evans and completely bullied Devonta Smith. So DJ Moore is going to have Sam Darnold throw passes like Justin Herbert did to Keenan Allen for DJ Moore to really come up. I don't know if that's going to happen. So I would bet on Trayvon for this game. Then my tight end, Evan Ingram. The Saints, they've actually been very good against tight ends. Their linebackers are extremely good, extremely fast. And Evan Ingram has been underperforming the last couple games he's been in. Sean, any thoughts on mine before you jump into yours?
It'll be interesting to see Kirk Cousins. We'll see what the outcome to that one looks like. And yeah, we have some interesting ones this week. I'm going to start with my quarterback. My don't trust is Derek Carr. Going against Los Angeles Chargers, the Chargers defense does well against the pass, but it's a little bit more vulnerable against the run. So if the Raiders want to win this game, they're going to want to run the ball, control the clock, prevent Justin Herbert from throwing. So they want to run, whether it's Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, or Peyton Barber, right? Use all three of them. Let's see, my running backs are going to be the Arizona duo, Chase Edmonds, James Conner. Don't chase stats from their game against Jacksonville. It's going to be a little deceiving. They're going against the Rams this week. As Urban Meyer would say, except they're going against Alabama. My wide receiver not to trust is Chase Claypool.
Alabama, man.
We got Chase Claypool, Ben Roethlisberger's arm, and his skill sets looked dead against Cincinnati this past weekend. I just don't see it coming back to life against Green Bay. I don't trust Roethlisberger to throw the ball down the field. Pittsburgh might be running the ball more. Green Bay doesn't like to tackle running backs much either. So we're thinking maybe Najee Harris pops off. Maybe some.
They also need Freiermuth to step up if Pittsburgh wants to do anything.
Even Eric Ebron, right? You still got him. He's still capable of catching touchdowns.
True.
And then we agree on tight ends that we don't trust. Again, I have Evan Ingram, the Giants, going against the Saints. The Saints have a quietly good defense. And I think they're going to be able to...
Malcolm Jenkins.
What's that?
Malcolm Jenkins.
Yep. I think that they're going to be capable of stopping that New York passing offense, limiting Evan Ingram. So they're going to erase him, make him a non-factor. So that's who I got this week. Let's hope I do better than I did this past week.
Oh, so just to state, and I know you like to hate on my guy Kittle. You do know he was on your Who Do You Trust last week, right?
Yeah. It's not that I...
You can't... If you're allowed to take Kittle, I'm allowed to take Kelce.
Whoa. Yeah. See, I think Kittle's top 3.
No. If you're allowed to take Kittle, I'm allowed to take Kelce. You ain't got no true excuse there.
The difference is Travis Kelce is in a league of his own when it comes to tight end. Like, in my opinion, there's a very wide chasm between Kelce and Darren Waller.
Regardless.
Hey, you're going for the win. You're going for the low-hanging fruit. I get it.
I'm just saying.
I respect the strategy. Don't worry.
I'm just saying. I'm going with the matchup. Anyways. Next week. I'm just saying next week I may go with the team. Who's next week? Let me before we end this. Let's just see who Philly plays next week.
Week 5. All right, let's see. Philadelphia. They are at Carolina.
No, I don't even know who they're.
Ooh, no, you know who it is. Tommy Trumbull. Spoiler alert.
I do, but I need to see him step up more. Like I need to see more.
Yeah, Green Bay's going against.
Let's say he does well against Dallas. Maybe then, I'll give him some props. And then Green Bay's going against Bengals. I don't even know if they have a tight end.
The last known tight end is Zach Eifert. But that's like years ago. Right. Who knows who they got?
But moving on. That is all she wrote for this week, folks. So, words of wisdom for the people, Sean.
Ooh. No, it's... I can't think of anything right now. That's disappointing.
So, I'm going to reiterate practice patience when you're doing your roster. I just had to explain this story to someone else who did not practice patience recently. A couple of years back, way years back, I thought Miles Austin was going to break out. I had this just theory that Miles Austin on the Cowboys was going to break out. So I drafted him super late. And then by week 3, he hadn't really broken out. Like, he had a good game against the Buccaneers, but he didn't really break out. So I dropped him for someone else. That someone else who I dropped him for did nothing. Then he did break out. Someone had a higher waiver than me, picked him up, and then he was a stud for them the rest of the year. I made a mistake by not having patience, and I let a player slip away that could have helped me win a championship. Don't be that guy.
Was that the 2009 season?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, 81 receptions.
Don't remind me of this.